Hi, juniors. This screencast is going to talk about the job and resource fair that we're going to have. This information is coming from the College and Career Center, and it is for the class of 2020.
So just some details. I know that we had gone into the junior seminar and some of the AVID classes to share this information, but now we have more detailed information on the schedule and stuff like that. So we wanted to give you more accurate information. So the date is still Wednesday, May 8th. That's a B day. We had mentioned that it would be a virtual advisory schedule, but that has changed. So there will be no virtual advisory that day. It will be a regular bell schedule. It's going to be during fourth period. So what will happen is you will check in with your fourth period teacher. If you have an open during fourth period, then the juniors will be reporting directly to the auditorium.
So the schedule for that morning at 10:01, again, you all report to your fourth period class. At 10:05 to 10:45, all juniors will report to the auditorium for the presentations that we will be hosting. From 10:50 to 11:32, then you will be reporting to the Adams Cupboard area for the actual fair. And then at 11:32, the regular lunchtime, all students will be excused for lunch.
So, like we had mentioned before in your classes, this is a PEP requirement. So, your personal education plan, it's a state graduation requirement. This is the main piece of it. So, you'll meet that requirement by participating and completing the assignments. So, we had also mentioned that those that don't attend will need to complete a job shadow, and we can kind of show you what that looks like. So, again, we know what goes on at the fair, but we don't know what happens at your job shadow. So that's why these requirements are a little bit more extensive and have more requirements to it. So you will receive a job shadow packet. As you see on there, it has to be 5 to 8 hours in length. It's something that you have to set up. You have to ask specific questions of your host. The host will do an evaluation on you. Then you have to do a reflection paper, 2 to 2.5 page paper, and then you have to write a thank you note to the host. So, that's kind of the other option if you decide not to attend because you don't want to, or you're sick, or whatever that may be.
So attendance, again, like we said, this is required for our juniors. When you attend, when you are dismissed to go to the auditorium, you will receive an attendance slip right at the entrance of the auditorium. You will fill it out. It just has some basic information, your name, last name, first name, ID number, and you'll drop it off before leaving the auditorium. Then you'll receive another attendance slip when you enter the fair, which is at the Adams campus. Again, you will fill it out, drop it off before you leave the fair for lunch. If you do not complete these attendance slips and turn them in during each of the sessions, you will not receive credit for attending the fair and will need to complete a job shadow. So it's really important that you complete each slip for each session that you attend because it's a combination of both those activities that you need to do.
So after the event, you will have to complete a reflection form, and we'll kind of show you what that means. And that'll satisfy the full requirements of the PEP. So it's going to be on the virtual advisory Google Classroom. So we will post it on there after the event. So the sooner you go on there, the better, so that you don't forget the information. So it's just a short answer questions on there, kind of describing your experience and stuff like that. So that will be posted after the event so that you can get that assignment. So it'll be on that virtual advisory Google Classroom. Again, it should be completed as soon as possible. We definitely want it in by May 15th. If it's not fully completed, you will be required to complete a 2-page reflection paper. So we want to make sure that you actually answer the questions correctly. So instead of having to do a reflection form, we're kind of breaking it down into short answer questions. But if you don't follow those instructions, then there will be another piece to it. And this will be an assignment also in your junior seminar AVID class.
There's also an opportunity for interviews. Some of the businesses that are coming are willing to hold interviews for actually having existing job openings. So they'll be staying after the fair. It'll be in the afternoon, and those businesses that will be here for the interviews will have a sign up sheet for interview slots, and they'll be identified with a balloon at the fair over at the Adams campus. So again, these are real interviews for current positions within their companies, and so you need to treat it as such. Some of are for juniors, so they are hiring for 16 and up, and some are only for 18-year older and graduating seniors. So you need to check with each business to see if you are available to sign up with them and if you fit the requirements.
So, your resume and references. So, you should be working on updating your resume in your junior seminar or AVID classes, and that should be updated before the fair. So, we want to make sure that you bring, at least a couple copies of your resume. If you think that you may sign up for one of the interviews that Mrs. Lipke was just talking about, make sure that you also have a list of 3 adults that are non relatives, so no family members, that you have as your references. So, you want a separate sheet that's not included on your resume. So a separate sheet that has a list of at least 3 adults that can give, positive feedback to any of the businesses that may be contacting them. So make sure that you check with those people first. And you want to make sure that on that sheet, it has their name and contact information so that the businesses can follow up with that. So make sure that you have that available if you think that you will be interviewing in that afternoon.
So dress to impress. First impressions are really important. We have quite a few businesses coming, community members coming here. So they're representing their businesses, and you guys need to represent McMinnville High School. We do know that the dress code here at McMinnville High School has recently changed, but you are expected to dress business casual for the event, regardless whether you're going to interview or not. So wear your nicest clothes. Think of the Living History Day and what you wore for that and the requirements for that. No shorts, hats, hoodies, ripped jeans, etc. And again, you are representing Mimbel High School, so we want you to represent it the way we want.
So we will be having a raffle. So this will happen after the fair in order to allow as much time as possible with the representatives. So if you are engaging with the representatives and asking relevant questions, they will give you a raffle ticket. And then at the end of the fair, well, really at the end of the day, we will have the raffle winners, and you will be called down here to the College and Career Center to claim your prize.
So again, just a few reminders. Be respectful. Definitely put your phone away. No food or drinks. Give a good firm handshake and make eye contact.
So, if you have any questions, you should know where to find us. We're still down First Hall in room 12. And, this is an event to hopefully expose you to different businesses here in our area and get some more information. So, stop by if you have any questions.